धियाय च नमः सोऽभ्याय च प्रतिसर्याय च नमो याम्याय च क्षेम्याय च नमः पूर्वर्याय च कल्याय च नमः श्लोक्याय च वसान्याय च नमो वन्याय च कक्ष्याय च नमः श्रवाय च प्रतिश्रवाय च नमः आशुषेनाय चाशुरताय च नमः शूराय चावभिन्द्रते च नमो वर्मिणे च वरुणिने च नमो बिल्मिने च कवचिने च नमः श्रुताय च श्रुतसेनाय च शांति शांति शांति. Next one, seventh Anvakam we are starting. Namo Dundubhyaya cha Hananyaya cha Namo Drishnave cha. Sairama, you don't have papers? Huh? Okay. Can you share with him? Yeah, somebody share. Yeah. Next time you please bring him with the printout, yeah? You are practicing at home with him? No, are you practicing with him at home? Please. Okay, please, all the parents, please practice with your children at home. It's good for you, your family and the whole world. This is not chumma, just coming and Purana Kalakshepam, not just time pass here. This is serious business. And I will explain to you why this is serious business. How many of you read Thought for the Day yesterday? Yeah. If you read for Thought for the Day yesterday, Swami explains it very clearly. Why this is important, especially during these times, what we are going through in the world right now. And it is not ordinary that we are given this opportunity to be in the satsang to learn Rudram. Time waste is life waste. Even the birth of a human, to get a human birth itself is such an incredible thing. After getting human birth, not to live like other human beings without God awareness, and living with God awareness is even more auspicious. And having God awareness, but to connect to God through scriptures is even more powerful. And not only connecting to God through the awareness of the scriptures, but able to understand what this means and then living these scriptures is even more auspicious. How much more we want? Why do we want to kid ourselves that this is just time pass that we are here? This is not that. I am not being hard on anybody. I am just trying to be very clear. Understand that this is not ordinary. Be grateful to Bhagavan. There is no God on earth that has done this in the past and will do in the future of what Swami is doing. The mass awareness is raising. It will raise. Absolutely 100%. The word of God cannot go wrong. If we are not already on the train that has already left the station, sorry, it's gone. We'll come back again to live another life like a fly or a dog or a pig or another being without awareness. So this is the reason why we should be serious about this. And so I know when many of you are, I'm not trying to be finding fault with anyone, but when I notice complacence, it's my job to make sure that that complacence is notified, because I'm not here to waste my time. This is Swami's work and I do not want to waste my time in Swami's work, period. That's the bottom line. Nothing else really matters. Absolutely. Okay? So please chant. Even if you make mistakes, that's fine. Please chant and it will be happening. One more time. Jyeshthaja Kanishthaya. Namo Jyeshthaja cha Kanishthaya cha Nama Purvajaya cha मध्यमाय चापगल्भाय च नमो
जगन्याय च बुद्धियाय च नमः शोभ्याय च प्रतिसर्गाय च नमो
याम्याय च क्षेम्याय च नमः
पूर्वर्याय च कल्याय च नमः श्लोक्याय च वसाम्याय च नमो
वन्याय च कक्ष्याय च नमः
श्रवाय च
प्रतिश्रवाय च नमः आशुषेणाय चाशुरथाय च नमः शूराय च वभिन्धते च नमो वर्मिणे च वरूधिने च नमो बिल्मिने च कवचिने च नमः श्रुताय च श्रुतसेनाय च नमो दुन्दुभ्याय च
नमो दुन्दुभ्याय च नमो दुन्दुभ्याय च
नमो दुन्दुभ्याय च
नमो दुन्दुभ्याय च नमो दुन्दुभ्याय च
हनन्याय च नमो
हनन्याय च नमो हनन्याय च नमो
नमो दुन्दुभ्याय च हनन्याय च
नमो दुन्दुभ्याय च हनन्याय च नमो दुन्दुभ्याय च हनन्याय च
नमो धृष्णवे च प्रमृषाय च
नमो धृष्णवे च प्रमृषाय च नमो धृष्णवे च प्रमृषाय च
नमो दूताय च प्रहिताय च
नमो दूताय च प्रहिताय च नमो दूताय च प्रहिताय च
नमो दूताय च प्रहिताय च
नमो दूताय च प्रहिताय च नमो दूताय च प्रहिताय च
नमो निषङ्गिणे चेषुधिमते च
नमो निषङ्गिने चेषुधिमते च नमो निषङ्गिने चेषुधिमते च
नमस्तीक्ष्णे शवे चायुधिने च
नमस्तीक्ष्णे शवे चायुधिने च नमस्तीक्ष्णे शवे चायुधिने च
नमः स्वायुधाय च सुधन्वने च
नमः स्वायुधाय च सुधन्वने च नमः स्वायुधाय च सुधन्वने च
नमः स्वायुधाय च सुधन्वने च
नमः स्वायुधाय च सुधन्वने च नमः स्वायुधाय च सुधन्वने च
नमः श्रुत्याय च पथ्याय च
नमः श्रुत्याय च पथ्याय च नमः श्रुत्याय च पथ्याय च
नमः काट्याय च नीप्याय च
नमः काट्याय च नीप्याय च नमः काट्याय च नीप्याय च
नमः सूद्याय च सरस्याय च
नमः सूद्याय च सरस्याय च नमः सूद्याय च सरस्याय च
नमो नाद्याय च वैशन्ताय च
नमो नाद्याय च वैशन्ताय च नमो नाद्याय च वैशन्ताय च
नमः कूप्याय च वट्याय च
नमः कूप्याय च वट्याय च नमः कूप्याय च वट्याय च
नमो वर्ष्याय च वर्ष्याय च
नमो वर्ष्याय च वर्ष्याय च नमो वर्ष्याय च वर्ष्याय च
नमः कूप्याय च वट्याय च
नमः कूप्याय च वट्याय च नमः कूप्याय च वट्याय च
नमो वर्ष्याय च वर्ष्याय च
नमो वर्ष्याय च वर्ष्याय च नमो वर्ष्याय च वर्ष्याय च
नमो मेघ्याय च विद्युत्याय च
नमो मेघ्याय च विद्युत्याय च नमो मेघ्याय च विद्युत्याय च
Cha is not dirgham, cha is cha. Namo meghyaya cha vidyutyaya cha.
नमो मेघ्याय च विद्युत्याय च नमो मेघ्याय च विद्युत्याय च
Nama idhriyaya cha tapyaya cha.
नमः ईन्द्रियाय च तप्याय च नमः ईन्द्रियाय च तप्याय च
नमो वात्याय च रेश्मियाय च.
नमो वाक्याय च रेश्मियाय च नमो वाक्याय च रेश्मियाय च
नमो वास्तव्याय च वास्तुपाय च.
नमो वास्तव्याय च वास्तुपाय च नमो वास्तव्याय च वास्तुपाय च
नमो दुन्दुभ्याय च हनन्याय च नमो धृष्णवे च प्रमृषाय च नमो धूताय च प्रहिताय च नमो निषङ्गिणे चेषु धीमते च नमः स्तिष्णेशवे च युधिने च नमः स्वायुधाय च सुधन्वने च नमः श्रुत्याय च पथ्याय च नमः काट्याय च नीप्याय च नमः सूद्याय च सरस्याय च नमो नाद्याय च वैशन्ताय च नमः कूप्याय च वात्याय च नमो वश्याय च वश्याय च नमो मेघ्याय च विद्युत्याय च नमः ईध्याय च तप्याय च नमो वात्याय च रेश्मियाय च नमो वास्तव्याय च वास्तुपाय च
नमो दुन्दुभ्याय च हनन्याय च नमो कृष्णवे च प्रमुषाय च नमो दूताय च प्रविहाय च नमो निषङ्गिने चेषु धीमते च नमः श्रीश्वेशवे चायुधिने च नमः स्वायुधाय च सुगन्धने च नमः श्रुत्याय च पत्याय च नमः काट्याय च नीप्याय च नमः सूद्याय च सरस्याय च नमो नाभ्याय च वैशन्ताय च नमः कूप्याय च भक्त्याय च नमो वश्याय च वश्याय च नमो वेद्याय च विद्युत्याय च नमः इन्द्रियाय च तप्याय च नमो वाक्याय च रेश्मियाय च नमो वास्तव्याय च वास्तुपाय च नमो दुन्दुभ्याय च हनन्याय च नमो कृष्णवे च प्रमुषाय च नमो दूताय च प्रविहाय च नमो निषङ्गिने चेषु धीमते च नमः श्रीश्वेशवे चायुधिने च नमः स्वायुधाय च सुगन्धने च नमः श्रुत्याय च पत्याय च नमः काट्याय च नीप्याय च नमः सूद्याय च सरस्याय च नमो नाभ्याय च वैशन्ताय च नमः कूप्याय च भक्त्याय च नमो वश्याय च वश्याय च नमो वेद्याय च विद्युत्याय च नमः इन्द्रियाय च तप्याय च नमो वाक्याय च रेश्मियाय च नमो वास्तव्याय च वास्तुपाय च
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. In the last Anuvakam, Jyesthaya cha Kanishthaya cha, the aspect about the time, beyond the time aspect of the divine being was elucidated. In this particular Anuvaka, the connection of the God, yes brother. Namo nishangine cheshu dhimate cha namastichne shave. Stichna. Stichne shave cha. Stichna. Okay. Stichna means intensely. Intense is, I don't even know how to explain it in English. Stichna means more intense than intense. Okay. Stichna. Huh? Huh? No, Namaha Tichna becomes Namastichne. Okay? Namaha plus Tichna. Tichna means very intense and very sharp. Stichne Shavi. That we say it as Sta because the Namaha plus Tichna becomes Namastichne Shavi. Okay? Okay, so this particular Anuvakam starts with Namo Dundubhyaya cha Hananyaya cha. Namo Dundubhyayacha. Dundubhi means it is a sound that is made with particular drums. Dundubhi. Okay, Kana. Sari kucha. Hello, Saira. Sit. Everything okay? Yeah. So, Dundubhyayacha means the one who is making this sound of this. Dundubhi is the one that is the, and they take the two sticks and that's called Dundubhi. And these sounds that are referred to as Dundubhi, these sounds are actually present within us. Why do you think when you go to a temple, when they do the arti, there are all kinds of different sounds made? Have you noticed? And they also make the sound of the Dundubhi. They also make the sound of the bells. They also make the sound of the plate. They make the sound of the conch. They make different sounds when the arati is going on. Why?
Representative of the sounds of body.
They're beautiful. Somebody is connected. When you are connected, you will know this. Within our own body, when our consciousness touches certain chakras, they make these sounds. But you have to go inside and meditate upon these chakras. And when the Kundalini raises at the Mooladhara, how many times our breath we are breathing. Each time we breathe, our breath touches certain the chakras within our own body that are located at 7 places, all the way from Mooladhara to Swadhisthana, to Manipura, to Anahata, to Vishuddhi, to Agnya, and to Sahasrara. And these particular chakras, when you are able to connect to this consciousness within you, you hear some sounds. And at least when the God is worshipped and during the Arati time, the entire awareness is open, and at the same time you can hear all the sounds of all the chakras. And Dundubhi is one of the consciousness touching a chakra. Like that, the Shankam, the conch is the sound of the chakra. It is not an extravaganza of everybody taking a plate and beating. You have to focus within yourself. And when you focus within yourself at the same time in the meditation, you will be able to hear the Dundubhi sound. You will be able to hear the conch sound. You will be able to hear the bells that the dancers use. What do they call in English? I don't know. The anklets. That's why what do they say? When you can hear during the time of your consciousness in meditation, deep meditation, all these sounds are heard. Anahata means the one that is actually making the sound without beating anything. Anahata, heart, chakra. And if you understood what that means is, you are not beating it. Somebody else is beating it and it is going on without you not even knowing that it is beating. All these chakras, the sounds associated with them are happening within us. Dundubhyayacha means the one who is giving the sound of Dundubhi within us. We are all caught up in this Maya, that all these rituals that go around are some rituals and we have no connectivity to it. Because we don't understand what they are, we think they are meaningless. How stupid it is. How stupid it is to think that what we don't know has no relevance in life. Dundubhyayacha, Hananyayacha. Hananyayacha means the one who is in the form of the drum, Dundubhi, and also the stick that is beating it. Hananya means hitting. He is the one that is not only that is means what? Hello, Sairam. It doesn't mean that God is in the drum and God is in the sticks. Who is responsible? What is actually connecting to your chakra? What connects to the chakra is our own awareness, our breath. When we breathe, on average, only about 600 times the breath even reaches. If the person is properly breathing, it will hit the Mooladhara chakra. the one chakra all the way at the bottom. For 98% of the people, not even a single time our breath hits this Mooladhara chakra, because we don't even know how to breathe properly. When you know how to breathe properly, and when that breath is consciously taken inside, inhaled and exhaled, then what happens? For that person that is doing it, only 600 times it will reach the Mooladhara. Many of us, the breath actually not even go deeply into the diaphragm, if you watch yourself. And many people, yeah, that's true. Many people don't even know how to breathe. And to know and breathe is what is called Ayurveda. If you know your breath, it is called Ayurveda. Vid means to know. Ayurveda means to know your breath. When you know your breath, and then consciously this is going and hitting these chakras, then what happens? The energy within these chakras, that because of this incredible meditative breathing, begins to open the energies in these chakras, and the energy starts traveling upward. And when that energy is traveling upward, it touches different plexus, and when it is touching these chakras, automatically certain aspects of awareness already open. So Dundubhyaicha means the sound that is made because of the getting the chakra, and the one that is actually breathing. Hello, how many of us think we are breathing? How many of us think we are breathing? Raise your hand. You think you are breathing? Do you know you are breathing in the sleep?
No.
Yeah, that's what I am asking. Who breathes when you are asleep? A person that is in coma, absolutely nothing, no awareness at all. Who is breathing in the person that is in coma? Who is breathing? To know the one who is actually breathing is realization of life. Period. Over. Even a simple thing like this, when you connect to this, you will be understanding how humble a human being should be. How humble we should be. Oh my God, I don't even know who is breathing when I am asleep, who is beating my heart, who is actually creating all this incredible system to work in such a concordance, in synchronization. Who is making all of this happen? To know that is this first mantra. The one who is breathing and the one who is actually responsible for the opening of the awareness, he is the one to whom I salute. Dundubhyayacha, Hananyayacha. Means the one who is breathing and the one who is making this breath touch certain chakras, that is him only. We are not responsible for anything. If you actually very carefully listen to your breath, the sound that it makes, not the snoring, that is for others to hear. But when you actually listen to your breath, very silently, in an incredible moment of silence, you should try to listen to your breath. Try to listen to your breath. That's what is the operative word. And when you listen to the breath, you can actually notice the sounds of the entire nature with your own breath. And then you understand that the sounds outside are completely present sounds inside. Dundubhyayacha, Hananyayacha, Dhrishnavecha, Pramrushayacha, Dhrishnavecha, Dhrishnavecha, Pramrushayacha. Dhrishnavecha means the one who does not fear from anything, does not go away from war. Even if it is an intense war, he will be there to fight it all the way to the end. That is who is a Drishnave. What this means is the one who is, now what happens is, Swami told one time to one of the students, He was washing a pot with mud, opened the tap, right? And all of a sudden, all the mud was going out. And then Swami comes by and he said, that's what happens when God awareness is open. Your pot is filled with all kind of mud from millions of lives. What happens? First that has to come out before the pot has to be filled with good water. So, when this awareness is opening, it is not an ordinary thing. Oh my God, people will run away from God consciousness also. You know why? Because of fear of loss of identity. All your identities will be broken. And then what happens? You will run away. This stuff is not for me. Spirituality is not for me. I'll tackle it before I die. Because anyway I'm going to die. But the one who actually is spiritual starts this journey very early so that there is only little bit of mud to be cleaned up. Yeah? If you wait too long or too much mud to be cleaned up, then what happens? There is a lot of pain to go through. And that's why Swami says, follow the master. Face the devil. Fight to the end. Finish the game. Dhrishnavecha means that only. Huh? It's very simple. Dhrishnavecha means exactly that.
Isn't that from like Jumanji or something?
Jumanji? What?
That like the board game movie where it like comes alive and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. That's what is it. Yeah, very good. You are connecting spirituality to all these beautiful movies. Yeah. All of a sudden what happens? What you think becomes alive. Then what do you do? It's not ordinary. And this is actually happens. Then at some point you will say, oh my God, please don't give me negative thought anymore. Please, I don't want to think negative about anyone. Because the moment that negative thought comes, even that also becomes reality in your consciousness. Exactly, Jumanji movie. Watch it. Huh? And what happens is now this awareness, this is exactly the reason the greatest of the saints and the souls, they never ran away from all the troubles and tribulations that they came across in their lives. And then you watch their lives and you think, what kind of stupid people these are, huh? But that is Dhrishnavecha. When you are associated with God consciousness all the time, you will not run away from fears, troubles and tribulations. In fact, what you do is bring it on, buddy. We'll take care of it. Because why fear when He is with you? Dhrishnavecha. Pramrushayacha means the one who actually knows in future what is going to come. The one who is even able to detect the troubles through spies. That's what it means. Pramrushayacha. Who actually uses the spies to understand the problems about the enemy. Now, how does that relate to us? That's the question all the time. Huh? What does it mean? Who is the enemy in our own self? The mind is mostly the enemy because that's the one that is taking us all the places. But it is also the utmost friend. It's both a friend and a foe. And now what happens? That to know the enemy, what do you need? A spy, right? Who acts as what? Your representative. Or he acts as if everybody thinks that he is part of the same gang. And then he takes all the information back. Mind is exactly like that. The mind wants to behave similar to other sheep, trying to address their perceptions all the time. We don't live a life of ourselves. What do you live? We live a life for others. What are they thinking? What are they doing? How do they perceive me? How would I be judged? How would I be this? 99% of the people live a life for others, not for themselves. Now, to understand that is the biggest part of your life and therefore clean it up, then lot of time becomes available now. Because you are living a life for yourself. No more late night sleeping, or even if you sleep late night, you will sleep very well because you don't live a life for others. You live a life for yourself. To know yourself, Pramrushayacha, means the one who understands the enemy very well. That is Pramurushayacha. Somebody the question, yes? Pramurushayacha means I don't care about others. Mean when the mind, it's not about you don't care about others. That's so, we have to be very important here. This is a very important distinction. When I say people live a life for others, that doesn't mean you don't care for others. Those two are very different things, right? What it means is, you don't live a life for others means that you don't live a life addressing perceptions of others all the time. You do what is most critical in life. That doesn't mean you go around hurting others. I don't care about you. You're wasting my... That's not what it means. But in reality, what happens is, we live a life trying to address perception of others. How do they think about me? How do they perceive of me? How do they judge me? What if I do this? What do they feel? No. Instead of that, what it is saying is, you live a life that is important for yourself. Meaning what? That doesn't mean you don't care for others. If they need help, you provide help. There it is, done. Case closed. If you need to consult, you consult. That's fine. That is absolutely fine. But you don't live a life for others. Is there a difference between the... Am I making... Is there a distinction you are able to connect? Yes? Jeruan? Exactly. You follow your conscience. But in following that conscience... Like for example, if you take the life stories of great souls like Tukaram or Tulsidas or any of these great souls, or even Jesus Christ, etc. They followed what the master plan was. And they knew what the master plan was. In the meantime, if the mother, father, brother, sister, everybody said, hey, you are wasting your life. What are you doing, etc. I am sorry, I am not wasting my life. I know what the game plan is. It's very clear. The direction is coming from a higher consciousness. Then what happens is, you don't try to waste your time addressing the perceptions. Your path is clear. You move forward. And sometimes what happens is, it's very difficult to do that because you saw something which nobody else around you see. Then what do? You don't stop yourself because they don't see. Because that is what I am trying to talk about. But in the process, they didn't hurt anyone. You understand? They did not hurt anyone. They were very clear. I'm sorry. The call is very clear. Look at what Jesus did. When his disciples around him said, look, the soldiers are coming. We will be caught now. We have to go. Then he said, wait, I have to talk to my Father. He went and he had meditation. The will of God was crystal clear in front of him. Comes back. What did Jesus say? Sorry, very clear. I am going to be surrendering to these soldiers. No running away. No running away. That is exactly what it means is Drishnavecha. No running away from the clear call from the Lord. No running away. People may tell you, oh, why are you doing this? This is not what Swami says. No. That is probably what not Swami said to you. But what Swami said to me is very clear. It's crystal clear. The vision is very clear. Then you don't deter from the path. Right? And he will give this call to different people based on their own different levels of consciousness. And that connectivity, when you are chosen as the instrument, there is nothing of backing away. Because it's lost opportunity, incredible opportunity. And then he will make sure everything happens. Even if it doesn't happen, then you know it is his plan. It's nothing to do with anybody else. It is his plan. Therefore it didn't happen. It's not because of others you are not doing it. Pramurushayacha. Dutayacha. Duta means exactly, now you see, the next one is Duta means messenger. Okay? When there is lack of that clarity, when you pray to him, he will send a messenger. The message will be confirmed by a messenger, period. And for those that actually pray to him, Tell me, is this my mental noise or is this really your call? Please tell me, give me direction. You kneel in front of him, you pray to him. Within span of no time, you will get a very clear message through somebody or a messenger. Dutaya cha. It happens. See now how this is constructed. You see how these mantras are constructed? This is about a human being's living. Last class also I shared how the mantra exactly flows like a story. It very clearly tells you what is happening with your own life. But the first thing is Dundubhyayacha. Understand the sound that is coming, the call that is coming. And the call and the person that is giving the call are him only. Then what happens? The call is there for you to fight against it. Take the case of Arjuna. This is exactly what you are saying. Oh my God, my friends, my grandfather, my cousins, all these guys, should I be killing them? Are you kidding me? I lived with these people. This Dronacharya taught me, and this Bhishma was my grandfather. I never even knew my father properly. My grandfather is my father. How can I shoot an arrow at him, Krishna? Are you kidding me? Please. He said, no, you fellow, when I say you fight, you don't care who you are fighting. You are simply fighting, period. Case closed. Dhrishnavecha, Pramrushayacha, Dutayacha. The message is Gita. Duta, Gita, Ita, Uta. All these are Telugu words, I am sorry. I have to use because Swami uses a very beautiful poem about Bhagavad Gita. Gita is Uta. Gita is Ita. Yeah? So the Duta, it means the messenger. Prehita. Dutayacha. Prehita. Hita means? Hita means? Everybody has their own meaning. Hita is not self. Hita means advice. Good advice. Hita means advice. Now hit means hit, not hitayacha. Okay? Don't read that in English. H-I-T-A, hita. On a lighter note, I asked one guy, what's your name? One American friend of mine was asked an American, what's your name? He said, hit and run. Hit and run? His name is Hitendran. Huh? No, Hita means I remembered that. Huh? What's your name? The American asked. This guy cannot say Hitendran. If he says Hitendran, the guy cannot pronounce it. Therefore he said, my name is Hit and Run. Hitayacha man not means Hitayacha. Okay? Hitayacha means the one who is giving advice. Prehitayacha means what? Now, pra. The word pra is added in front of hita. Not chumma useless advice that nobody can practice. Prehitayacha means the one who gives practical advice. The advice is so clear that anyone can practice this. Dutayacha, prehitayacha. Prehita means what? What did I say? Pra means to be able to practice. Take the word pra. Practical advice. Prehita means practical advice. And that is exactly what Swami is. You take incredible complex philosophy, which you go to some, guru and ask, they will tell you all this kind of stuff which you have no idea how to practice. But Swami is not like that. When you go ask him, the advice he gives is completely practical. It is so easy to practice. And he will make sure. How does that come? Not only the message, but the advice that comes with that message is so practical. In order to do what? To do his work. And I am telling with my own personal experience, Swami, I don't know any of this stuff. How can I explain meaning of anything? Oh, don't worry about it, Bangar. You do my work, I will take care of it. You do my work. That is the bottom line. I will take care of the rest of the stuff. Everything else will fall in place. But we stop ourselves to do his work. Why do we stop ourselves? Because we are caught up in analyzing. Oh my God, what happens if I do it? What happens? How can I? Analysis, paralysis. And in the process, we are caught up in this Maya. Oh, how can I be doing this? I have to weigh this against that. I have to strategize. I have to do this. If I take this project for the center, how many people will really join? How many people will kill me? How many people will say great? You do this analysis, then what happens? You will get an opinion of 25% each of 4 different quadrants, and you stop there, no work happens. No. You have to have the clarity of Swami. What is the one that pleases Swami? That's what you do, period. That's what you do, period. No compromise to do his work. Then the message will come, a practical advice will come, prahitaya cha, dutaya cha, prahitaya cha, nishangine cha. Nishangina means sword. Very beautiful sword, that is Nishanginecha, the one who is carrying this incredibly powerful sword. Now you are thinking, does that mean I go kill everybody with this sword? No. Nishangina, the sword, actually stands for discrimination. Your intellect becomes so polished, so clear, that it has such a sharpness to it. The advice, once it is taken into practice, sharpens your intellect. Nishangina here stands for your intellect. Ishu dhimatecha. Then what happens? Ishu is arrow. Ishu means thought. Dhi means dhi. Hello, all of us are chanting Dhinam avitriyavatu, we say. Bhargo devasya dhimahi. Intellect. Dhi means intellect. Mati means mind. Ishu dhimatecha. Meaning is very clear, right? Nishanginecha. What happens? You have a sword, and you also have arrows, your thoughts, and your ability to discriminate, that is coming from what? Your mind and from your intellect. In the context of practicing this advice, they are ready to execute, period. Nishanginecha, Ishu dhimatecha. Then what happened? Tikshneshavacha. Tikshna means what? Complete intense focus is tikshna. No confusion at all. It is so focused, the goal is so focused, so clear. You will not have any context of confusion, period. Why? Where is it coming from? Duta, Prahita, Nishangina, Ishu, Dhi, Mati, Tikshna, everything. Now you see all the tools now are getting very focused. But where is the call coming from? It has to come from Duta, Prahita. He is the one, the master call should come. When the master call is there, then what happened? Very clear, incredibly clear. You know what to do, where to go. Everything becomes so clear. And then people will be telling you, oh, no, don't do this, don't do that. No, come on. I am seeing it now very clearly. Either you follow, see you later, bye. Gone, done. Understand? Now how practical, am I talking anything about warfare between, all this kind of stuff? The warfare is actually going on within us. And this warfare is constantly happening in our own consciousness and conscience. Conscience is telling something. Mind is pulling you somewhere. Intellect is so dull, it cannot even understand what the mind is thinking. So in order for this intellect to be sharp as a sword, and the mind to be executing on what the intellect is, but here is look at what is the first is coming from Duta, Prahita, then intellect, then mind, Tikshna, focus, Ayudhinecha. Ayudha now is action, the weapons. Stikshneshavecha, Ayudhinecha. Hello, you are all blissed out or what? Now you see, every time when you chant this, When you are in trouble, this is the reason why in some of you read back on the mythological aspect of it. Each of these mantras were meditated upon by the seers and the sages and the rishis. And when they meditated upon this, the call becomes very clear. So the action becomes very clear. What is the purpose of these scriptures? When in doubt, when you refer to the scriptures, the answer is found in the scripture, and therefore when you are chanting these mantras, you will get connection if you are in some kind of a dilemma or in some kind of a problem or confusion. When you are chanting these scriptures, the connection will happen and the answer is right there. That's why Bhagavan is saying, hey, you fellows, learn this stuff. This is practical truths that have been practiced by sages and seers. This is nothing to do with your Hinduism and your temples and all this kind of stuff. Rudram is for everyone. It is the supreme truth of how to live a practical spiritual life. Why are we so confused about this? I have no idea. Because we try to address the perceptions of others, period. No question. Oh, Vedas are for Hindus, therefore I should not chant. No. Who says that? Yesterday's Swami's quote was exactly that. I will read for you what he said in yesterday's quote. Thought for the day. Thought for the day. Yesterday. Oops, Sai Ram. Last 30 days, yesterday. They already changed it in Saturday, March 26. The Vedas have infinite depth of meaning. All may not be able to comprehend the inner meaning of the Vedic teachings. The earth's gravitational force existed even before it was discovered by Newton after rigorous experimentation. Similarly, the eternal truths hidden in the Vedas were perceived by the rishis, seers, after intense penance and sadhana, spiritual austerities. Unless one practices their teachings, one can never get happiness or peace. In order to realize the divine, you have to practice the precepts prescribed in the Vedas. No doubt, even listening to the recitation of the Vedas is itself capable of purifying your mind and elevating you to a higher level. For it is Shabda Brahman, God embodied as sound. If you ruminate over it and practice it in your life, you can imagine the magnitude of the bliss you will attain. Is there any confusion about this, Sairam? I just want to understand. Is anybody confused about this, what Swami is saying? This is Prahita. Prahita is exactly this, practical advice. None of this stuff he is talking about, these Vedas belong to Hindus or nothing like that. Did he say anything like that? No. He is giving the example of Newton and gravitational force. What is this Newton and gravitational force? The reason why he is bringing that is because Newton discovered gravity. It doesn't mean that only Westerners can own gravity, does it? Gravity is present everywhere. In fact, I joke saying that, in fact, even before Newton discovered gravity, a Keralite discovered gravity in Kerala. Unfortunately, he was sitting under a coconut tree and a coconut fell on him and you couldn't report gravity. He was dead. Fortunately for Newton, an apple fell and therefore he was able to report it. So because gravity was discovered by Newton, it doesn't mean gravity did not exist before. Gravity existed even before anybody discovered it. Similarly, these truths, these are spiritual truths that are practical, scientific principles about our own inner being. And therefore, why not tap into the wisdom that is already existing? Om Sri Sai Ram, 10 o'clock. They didn't change the clock, brother. It still says 9 o'clock there. Now, Stishneshavecha Ayudhinecha. Now, I will continue the meaning of this very powerful chant next Sunday is April 3rd. Yeah, definitely there will be a class on April 3rd. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, and let's chant this one more time and stop. Okay. Namo Dundubhyaya cha Hananyaya cha Namo Drishnave cha Pramrushaya cha Namo Dutaya cha Prahitaya cha Namo Nishangine cha Shudhimate cha Nama Stichne Shave cha Yudhine cha Nama Swayudhaya cha Janama Srutyaya Chapatyaya Janama Nipyaya Janama Sudhyaya Sarasya Janamo Vaishantaya Janama Kupyaya Vatyaya Janamo Vashyaya Vasyaya Janamo Medhyaya Vidyutyaya Janama Idhyaya Tatapyaya Janamo Vatyaya Reshmiyaya Janamo Vastavyaya cha Vastupaya cha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.